What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association DOTA 2 2019 Spring Tournament going on. I said that one in the so today we've got the ValassiRaptors representing Valassis on the Radiant, and NVIDIA representing NVIDIA on the Dia. So a great name coming out of both teams. Fortunately, this is from the preseason, so a little bit of an older game, played on 7.21c. An older patch as well may see a little bit of a different draft coming out than you would see normally. Also, there's no banners or like team names, so this is going to be pretty confusing. I'm probably going to forget which team is which, so apologies for that ahead of time. And let's hop into the draft. So an Arc Warden and a Skywrath band coming out of ValassiRaptors. Very odd first two bands, and similar with NVIDIA banning the Silencer and the Pugner. So we don't normally see any of these heroes in the first phase at all. Juggernaut, finally a sensible ban coming out, but they have first pick. So if you're going to pick Juggernaut, you're probably going to pick him as first pick. You can pick him the second position and then protect him with the next two bans. If you're on the side of, if you're the second pick player, which ValassiRaptor is, you have these two back-to-back picks, so you gotta make that combo count, but won't be able to protect it afterwards, so you get pretty much a free counter pick on the side of first pick. And then an Invoker band coming out from ValassiRaptor, so odd bands coming out all around. None of these heroes are usually picked in the first phase, precisely because they get countered pretty easily. Don't normally want to see them, so you should. It's kind of a waste of a ban if you use them this early on. More important heroes to ban in the first phase. So typically in the first phase, there's a few options. You want to pick like really strong heroes or heroes that are flexible in the lane picks. This draft already on fire. This Warlock coming out from the NVIDIA. Warlock we don't see too much anymore. His mana costs went up a little bit too much, and it just feels pretty terrible to play in lane. Nature's Prophet, we've been seeing him in the pro scene at least as mostly position 5, but obviously can go into any position. That flex pick that I was talking about, I'm probably going to see him as the position 3, just a little bit more common, requires a little bit less coordination to do well. If you play Nature's Prophet as position 3, he can take over the lane and really snowball, whereas as the position 5, you gotta have someone else set up for the kills, and then Nature's Prophet TP's in for that +1. So needing a lot more coordination for the position 5 Nature's Prophet. We'll probably see him in that offlane role. And Jakiro coming out early for the Radiant, so probably not too scared of the Rubik counterpick. Rubik, a great hero against Jakiro. I can steal that Ice Path, or like any of Jakiro's spells. They're all really strong. And Rubik has the reduced cast time, so maybe we'll see Rubik. But Shadow Shaman comes out instead, so interesting opening from the side of ValassiRaptors. Already revealing their support duo, so it's going to be pretty tough for the side of NVIDIA. Yes, the team names, I'm not seeing the team names, so I blanked out a little bit. So NVIDIA, they're gonna have a little bit of a tougher draft, because now the Radiant, they can pick their cores to counter their support duo, or they can pick they can pick a support that can beat both of these supports. Don't have any that come to mind right now. But Rubik would be pretty good for the side of Radiant, honestly. A lot of good spells to steal already. Anything from Warlock, anything from Shadow Shaman, pretty good spell to steal. Drow Ranger band comes out from NVIDIA, so Drow's pretty flavor of the month right now. Actually, Sniper coming out from his side of ValassiRaptors. Sniper's actually a hero that can deal with these two supports really well. So kind of odd to see the Sniper band come out of ValassiRaptors when they could have picked it themselves. Obviously, we would see them pick it way later in the draft. They have the last pick though, so that option is available to get that Sniper if the game is right. Death Prophet band coming out from the side of NVIDIA. Just wants to stop that early push. Yeah, that Drow as well. It looks like they're really doubling down on this anti-push. Pugna, Jug, Drought, and the Death Prophet ban, all great pushing heroes, but they did manage to get the Nature's Prophet. We'll see what NVIDIA want to pick to try and respond to this Nature's Prophet. Gonna need a safe laner that can deal with him pretty well. OD ban coming out of ValassiRaptors, a pretty nice ban with the Troll Warlord pick. Troll is one of the lowest int heroes in the game, so gonna really feel the pain from the Sanity's Eclipse. So a nice ban from the side of ValassiRaptors, finally one that I actually agree with. Also Sniper does pretty well against the Troll, just attack him from really far away and just slow him down with those shrapnels. So yeah.
5 seconds remain.
So ValassiRaptors have played their hand a little bit so far, already revealing 2 of their cores, so a little bit, maybe a little bit of advantage coming out from the side of NVIDIA, but the Shadow Shaman and the Warlord, I don't know how they're gonna deal with this Troll Warlord in lane. Troll can just like hit them with the ranged attack, and Nature's Prophet also hits very hard. It's gonna punish this Shadow Shaman, this low range Shadow Shaman pretty hard if that's what the lanes look like.
Dire team pick.
And a Bristleback coming out from the side of NVIDIA. Bristleback doesn't care about any of these heroes, provided his back is turned. So he's gonna go for an early pipe, just gonna block out the Zeus. Also the Zeus pick, you don't normally want to see him this early on, but they don't have the last pick, so I guess it's okay. It's not too bad.
10 seconds to pick.
They still have a mid. So what they could do is put the Nature's Prophet as the 4 position, which is probably what we're going to see actually. Now that the Bristleback is out, Bristleback is pretty much only played as the offlaner. The Nature's Prophet going to be moving to that support role. Yeah, they don't really have any ways to deal with this Bristleback right now. It's going to be pretty obnoxious in lane. There is the Shadow Word to heal you up, but you can only use Shadow Word 3 times before you run out of mana, so it feels really bad as to play as Warlock right now. We'll see what they decide to go for. They need to deal with this Bristleback and they need to deal with this Troll Warlord, so gonna be pretty tough so far. And Nature's Prophet is a pretty strong laner, especially in that support position. You don't have to focus on farming, so you can dedicate all your time to just hitting the enemy heroes. Already 3 squishy heroes coming out from the side of NVIDIA, so they're gonna have to bulk up a little bit. Maybe try and pick an offlaner, buy those utility aura items to help his team out. Maybe like an Underlord, but that doesn't seem too great. They just need someone to like frontline and let the Zeus do his thing. Not too many heroes fit the build. One that can really contest the Troll Warlord in lane, because this Troll's going to be a big problem if he manages to get far. Venomancer coming out. Interesting. Pretty obnoxious against the Troll. Pretty obnoxious against the Bristleback. Not sure where the Venomancer is going to go into lane. He's flexible in the sense that he can play in any lane, but there's a reason we don't see Venomancer. He's just kind of deals rough. He deals his damage over a really long period of time as well, and the game has gotten pretty bursty. So the side of NVIDIA looking to have those prolonged team fights, but they still need another hero that can really stand in front and tank for their team, and just like buy time for the team to deal all their damage. Maybe we'll see out of the Venomancer that the Greaves build from the Venomancer, just buying those utility items for his team. Might see that. We could also see the safe lane Venomancer just go for a bit more of a carry build, just be obnoxious. Or we could also see the mid Venomancer, the wonders of this Venomancer. But Zeus probably going to be the mid laner. We rarely see him in the off lane anymore. Used to be a thing for a while, but has died down a little bit. Also, that 4 position Zeus is gone now as well, which feels really bad. I really enjoyed playing 4 position Zeus, and then they increased the mana cost of Lightning Bolt, and it was no longer usable. I mean, that was really the story of last year's Dota. Was just like, alright, who's the strong position for now? Let's nerf their mana cost a little bit. Warlock got this treatment, Zeus got this treatment, and it just And even Jakiro, his mana costs were pretty high before, but they've really skyrocketed now.
Dire's ban.
Monkey King ban and a Brood ban coming out of the Radiant. Yeah, Brood would really screw them over right now. So, well, Brood has not been in the meta since TI, since they changed the map actually. They moved some of the creeps around, they got rid of one of the ancient camps. So, we don't see Brood too much anymore. But yeah, they would be pretty screwed against Brood if
Only 10 seconds.
side of ValassiRaptors actually had a decent Brood player.
5 seconds remain.
Running pretty low on reserve time on the side of Nvidia.
Radiant team pick.
And a Morphling comes out, so gonna be that carry Morphling, or could even be a mid Morphling, but yeah, probably gonna be the mid Zeus. But I guess it depends on how they want to, like, what the enemy mid is going to be. There's still TA in the pool to really punish this Zeus, but TA does struggle a little bit against the Venomancer, so maybe not gonna be the best pick.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
If Nvidia is willing to run the Zeus in another lane, they have some flexibility here. All three of these heroes can go mid, so this last pick has to be able to deal with all three. At least a like 60-40 matchup with all three. But I guess the good thing about this draft is yeah, I mean anyone can go mid, so they gotta get that early advantage. If there's like a 70-30 matchup or 80-20 matchup in mid, they should just go for it. Swap the lanes up. Even if Zeus ends up in a side lane, I think it's very much worth it. But again, this problem where there's no one to stand in the front lines, we might have to see Venomancer tank up a lot. A Storm Spirit comes out for the side of ValassiRaptors. A huge pick. They don't really have anything to deal with it. Only the Shadow Shaman to really hold down the Storm Spirit. But if the Storm Spirit just jumps onto the Shadow Shaman, takes him out, there's not much left on the side of Nvidia. And yeah, a really good last pick coming out of Storm Spirit. I'm gonna have to favor their matchup. You see, it just seems so much easier, right? You've got this Bristleback in the front who's gonna buy a pipe, make a lot of space for his team. The Storm Spirit and the Troll gonna farm until they reach their power spike. So the Storm Spirit gonna look to get a Kaya, maybe even a Bloodstone. You've got that Bloodstone cosmetic. The Troll's just gonna hit creeps for a really long time until he becomes unstoppable. And also the Zip against the Morphling is pretty good. Storm does a lot of burst damage, and if he catches the Morphling out on low strength, the Morphling's just gonna go down pretty quickly. So let's get into the game from the side of ValassiRaptors. We've got Darls on the Bristleback, Drippy on the Storm Spirit, Cahill on the Nature's Prophet, Korra on the Troll Warlord, and New Relic on the Jakiro. On the side of Nvidia, we've got Billy Zibbins on the Warlock, T on the Venomancer, nice easy name, Old Man Barmer on the Shadow Shaman, Lanthermo Fancera on the Morphling, and Cracklenaut on the Zeus to finish it out. So gonna be this Zeus mid, safe lane, Morphling, and off lane Veno, so probably what you would expect. The Storm Spirit doesn't lose any of these matchups too convincingly. Maybe against the Morphling he would lose pretty convincingly, but again, they'd have to put this Zeus on a side lane, and he's not going to get a whole lot of experience on the side lane, and he definitely cannot deal with the Bristleback.
30 seconds.
I haven't really seen Morphling go up against Bristleback in lane. I feel like it's okay for the Morphling, especially after he hits level 5 with that level 3 attribute shift, gonna be pretty unstoppable. Everyone else is like super smart and shit. So you gotta focus. Oh, I see. Zeus is the marketing guy. He's on an intel here, so he's gonna be pretty smart. Gonna be not too much happening on these bounty runes. Storm and Zeus going to help out their lane, so not looking to go for the block. Storm will manage to get to the block first, and does manage to get the block. So a little bit of an advantage coming out from the Storm early on. Misses the block. The creeps are still going to meet. Oh, okay, they're going to meet pretty close in the middle, and the high ground creep is the range creep is still on the high ground. Fortunately, Zeus can just snipe it with arc lightning, so nothing too worried about. I see this level 1 Gale come out from the Venomancer. I feel like you should only level the Gale if you're convinced you can get the kill with it. Otherwise, this level 1 Poison Sting is just so much better in lane. It does so much damage. 6 damage over 6 seconds, so 36 damage at level 1, and it's just pretty obnoxious. The Gale doesn't even do any damage at level 1. Oh no, they changed that. Oh wow, it does damage now. It used to do like no damage at level 1, it was really odd. Warlock not bringing a 1 with him into lane. I think this is a pretty big mistake. You're up against the Bristleback, you should just pick up a 1 straight away. There's going to be a Shadow Word onto the Bristleback, and this is the time they need to pressure the Bristleback. Before he gets level 2, that 1 point in the Bristleback, this is the time to punish the Bristleback. He's still pretty squishy, doesn't have any effective extra HP. Alright, we're gonna see the Ether Shock come out from the Shadow Shaman, so we're gonna smack the enemies around a bit. Bristleback getting pretty low and zoned out as well. So already a nice start in this top lane. Mid lane pretty even. The Zeus is gonna get pushed back a little bit. Storm 3 last hits ahead already. It's really hard to last hit with this Zeus. You gotta get in pretty close. His base damage is pretty bad. His attack animation is god awful. So Troll also getting really low. Has the Poison Sting on him. Gets slowed down. Ether Shock will finish him off. Meanwhile, the Venomancer will go down to the creeps. So the first blood also getting split, unfortunately for the side of the ValassiRaptors. A double damage on the Zeus, but not the most useful rune for him, unfortunately.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Storm pulling ahead in last hits now. He's gonna start snowballing a little bit in this lane. Once the Zeus is out of mana, this is like really hard for him. He does have an early bottle at least. Venomancer will get a kill onto the Jakiro, so just a Gale into Shackles combo. Doesn't even use the Shackles. That 85 base damage from the Shadow Shaman, 200 damage from the level 2 Ether Shot. Another Venomous Gale goes down onto the Troll Warlord. It's getting a lot of pressure on him. Surprised he's not just playing in the range form. Should make it a little bit easier against this Venomancer. I'm not sure why he's not doing it. An early point in the Ice Path with Jakiro. A little bit uncommon. Zeus will manage to get a solo kill on the Storm Spirit. How did that happen? That's absurd. He has the double damage. So maybe the Storm Spirit getting a little bit overconfident. Bot lane, Troll getting really low. He's out of regen, so he's in a lot of trouble. Still can't TP in either because he TP'd earlier. Another Venomous Gale comes out onto the Jakiro. Jakiro in a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, the side of Video, they're out of mana, and the Venom getting really low. Yeah, the Zeus getting an unexpected solo kill in the mid lane. Unfortunately, the Storm Spirit's still pretty far ahead. So the Zeus, Storm Spirit's ahead in last hit, so the Zeus not too far ahead in net worth either. It's early bottle paying off. Got the early double damage rune. There's a haste rune at bot as well, so no ward in the mid lane to help them scout the runes, unfortunately. But the Zeus will manage to get the haste rune. Pretty nice to snatch it away from the Storm. The Storm has to get nice up and close with this static remnant to deal his damage, and he's gonna go bot. Looking to get a kill onto bot lane, but there's no one else here yet. Gets a Thunderbolt onto the Troll. Won't be able to finish off. He's got another Arc Lightning. Will end up finishing off the Troll, but he burnt all his mana for this, so I don't know if it's worth it. They will manage to get 2 bounty runes now, and gonna be able to fill up the Zeus's bottle, so that's pretty nice.
Dire's middle tower is
He's actually gonna go use the shrine instead of filling up the bottle, so a little bit odd of a decision there. Could have saved the shrine for another time, but he left the mid lane, and now Storm is level 6. He can just jump this Zeus now. It's gonna be pretty scary for the Zeus. As if the Storm, he picks up raindrops, gonna be pretty scary. Gonna be able to dodge and block a lot of the Zeus's damage. We have 2 for 2 bounty runes at the 5-minute mark. Still pretty even, less than 1k gold lead, so a pretty decent start overall. Yeah, this Storm Spirit doubling the last hits of the Zeus, so he's pulled ahead of the Zeus in net worth just by a little bit. Dota's in this kind of weird place right now where it's better just to win the lane than go for kills. Just push them out of the lane so they can't get anything at all. You might get slowed down a bit, but they get slowed down by a lot. Venomous Gale used on the troll, so he won't be able to chase and he will just go down. Bit of a disaster in this bot lane already. Troll getting absolutely destroyed in this lane. He's not able to deal with all this magic damage coming out from the side of Nvidia. Also, like, this Shadow Shaman hits pretty hard himself. And the Arcane Boot out on the Shadow Shaman. Also on the Venomancer, so no longer need to worry about mana issues. And this lane is looking pretty rough already. I think they just have to leave. They can't really stay here much longer. Because this Venomancer, he's just going to keep dropping wards. He's going to push them in. Level 2 wards, so gonna look to max out wards first. We'll see if he goes for the Greaves afterwards. I would really like to see that. Reds on the Morphling, pretty normal stuff, nothing too crazy. A Soul Ring coming out of the Zeus, so looking to tank up a little bit. A nice Thunder God's Wrath will help to finish off the Nature's Prophet. Bristleback getting pretty low, he's also struggling pretty hard. He's Storm Spirit gonna have to do a lot of work for his team because everyone else is really struggling. Troll will go down again. Already 4 deaths on the Troll Warlord. This is a yikes territory lane for the side of ValassiRaptors. Yeah, Storm's gonna have to carry pretty hard this game. Morphling off to a decent start as well. It's kind of really hard to stop this Morphling from farming. You just go down to 1 HP and then you change everything back to... You end up around this zone. You change like a third of it back to strength and you're ready to fight again. So Nisha really pushed this hero to the limits. Just absolutely incredible plays all around. I'm probably not going to expect as good a play here. Zeus doesn't have Thunder God's Wrath to finish off the Storm, unfortunately. Used it earlier on the top lane. But yeah, pushes out the Storm Spirit by himself. You should be afraid of the Storm Spirit at this point. Somehow able to push him out. The Soul Ring helping him take up a little bit. The +6 strength. The bit of HP regen. And he gets a regen rune. Gonna go back to full mana. And the Storm Spirit... He's gonna have such a hard time coming back into this lane now.
Regeneration.
Yeah, I would say like all 3 lanes probably losing for the side of ValassiRaptors. This bot lane is lost. I don't even know why the troll is still here. He should just leave. I guess not putting on too much pressure. Another Venomous Gale goes out. The Hex onto the Troll Warlord. Serpent Ward's already out on the Shadow Shaman. He's already level 6. This is incredible. Thunder God's Wrath goes down on the bot lane and Shadow Shaman will get a double kill. They're also going to get this tower with the wards. They've got the Plague Wards and the Serpent Wards. So big stuff. The Nature's Prophet also goes down to this lane at top. Aggressive Shadow Word with Fatal Bonds. Makes it pretty easy.
Radiant's bottom tower
and the Bristleback not getting the start he wants. Bristleback really needs to snowball early on. But this Morphling pick putting him in a lot of trouble. Just there's so much damage coming out of the Morphling. Even if you reduce it by 8%, it's just not really enough. 16% from the back. But yeah, it just doesn't feel enough against the Morphling. He just does so much damage. And yet, all 3 lanes won for the side of Nvidia. The Storm also just forced to go to the jungle at this point. He's gonna go for a pipe as his first item, not the Kaya. So it's gonna be a really long time before he's ready to fight. A Veil coming out on the Jakiro, a little bit odd. They do have a decent amount of Actually, they just have the Storm. Storm will zip in onto the Shadow Shaman. Doesn't have any points in Vortex yet though. The Hex will come out, the Shadow Shaman will go down with not much contest. The Venomancer will be able to get the bounty rune in front of their faces. So it's going to be 2 for 2 bounty runes going for both teams.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Zeus gonna go for a fast Kaya. We actually very rarely see this. We normally see the Aether Lens so you can stay back from a bit of a safer position and cast your spells, but he's feeling brave this game. They've got the Morphlings to go in front. He's going to be pretty tanky. The Venomancer probably going to go for... He's actually going for a Blink Dagger. Going to get that Blink ulti off. Blink Poison Nova. And a lot of damage going to come out the side of Team Nvidia. We'll see who's going to go for the Veil next then. Maybe Zeus will go for it to try and tank up a bit. Venomancer can also go for it. That plus armor is just pretty nice. Zeus probably wants to go for an Ags after the Kaya, so probably not going to look to buy those utility items for this team. Going to get his teammates to buy for him, probably his Venomancer. His Shadow Shaman, only the recipe away from the Aether Lens. We'll see. He's probably going to disassemble his mana boots for the Aether Lens. It's very, very much worth it on the Shadow Shaman. Top lane, looks like they're going to try and go for a fight maybe. This Bristleback is still level 4 and it's 11 minutes into the game. What a disaster. He's going to be useless for the whole game now. Yeah, this game's looking pretty rough. Not really sure how they can come back into this game on the side of ValassiRaptors. Maybe get the Storm Spirit to make some early moves. And the Bristleback just goes down, gets hexed, and taken out instantly, not even needing the shackles. The shackles onto the Nature's Prophet. Camera being kind of weird here. A nice Sprout will keep him alive, but the Chaos Golem goes down. They don't have anything to fear, so they just drop the Chaos Golem. Looking to push with it as well. Gonna take this top tier 1 tower. Bristleback TPing back in, but what's he gonna do? He's still level 4.
Dire's middle tower is now bottom.
It's Troll just in the jungle as well. He's gonna go for an S and Y first and not looking to farm. And the Bristleback just gets chased down. The Serpent Wards drop down for the top tier 1 tower. I don't really know if this is worth it. They were gonna probably get this anyway. There's no way that it doesn't even look like the ValassiRaptors is interested in defending. Nature's Prophet goes for mid.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The Warlock is by himself, but now the Zeus is here and they need a run.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Bot lane, Venomancer going pretty ham on the Troll Warlord, and he's gonna go down. Can he get denied in time? They're not even gonna go for the knight, so the Troll Warlord gonna go down solo to the Venomancer. A long range zip from the Storm Spirit comes in. Can they get this kill? This will be pretty big if they can get it. Another overload hit comes down, and the Storm Spirit will finish off the Venomancer. Actually, only 367 gold, so Venomancer's not the one you want to kill. The Morphling is the one who's really far ahead. Also, the Storm is pretty, he's still on track to carry this game, I think. Deciding to go for the Kaya instead of finishing the Hood, I like this a lot. He really just needs to get active, and he can dodge most of the spells. Maybe not the Zeus if he's careful. Really, it's like the Bristleback should be the one buying the Hood for his team. Sprout will come out onto the Morphling, but he doesn't care, just waveforms out. He probably could have just man-fought them, honestly. He's so far ahead at this point. Get that early Morbid Mass to help him jungle a bit faster. Nisha made this one very popular. It's just such a good item on him as well. I'm gonna go for the E-Blade first, really feeling no fear at all. Hex onto the Troll, shackles, and he's gonna go down. There's no Venomous Gale, but he's just gonna get chipped down. Blink forward by the Venomancer. There's a bit of bad matter, and Zeus takes the kill away from him. What a horrible teammate. Just steals the kill away from the hard work of these two heroes. But now he's almost got Kaya, so these spells are gonna hurt a lot more now. Storm Spirit almost has the Kaya as well.
Whoa,
Zips forward but misses the Warlock. He doesn't have any backup, so we'll see if Storm wants to keep pursuing. There's no TP rotations coming in, but the bit of cold feet on the side of Storm.
At least I deigned
Zeus
to
gets the kill with the Morphling on the Nature's Prophet. Not much that the Nature's Prophet can do against these two. And 6k gold lead ahead. It's 15 minutes into the game. 15-minute bounty runes coming up, and it might be all 4 depending on who's going to get this one.
Radiant's
And
bottom
Troll
tower is
just
being attacked.
AFKing now. I feel like he's just given up on the game. He's level 6, 15 minutes into the game. I've had support games where I'm like that poor, but you don't want to be that poor in the carry.
Radiant sure are loving those
Falling behind the
invulnerable
enemy Shadow Shaman already. Shadow Shaman has another Aether Lens queued up. Unfortunately, they don't stack. The Zeus will end up going down, so a big kill for the Storm Spirit. Zips into 3 heroes and manages to take down the Storm. So good stuff from the ValassiRaptors. The Courier, it might go down. Morphling doesn't decide to wait. He actually didn't have the waveform to go for the Courier, and they also had the glyph. Blink, Poison Nova will go off onto the Nature's Prophet. He's gonna get pretty low, but they have to chase him down. He's pretty much out of there now. Gonna TP out, nothing to cancel it. Ice Path comes out onto the Chaos Golem, but not able to do anything. Trolls showed up to fight, and he just gets stunned by the Morphling. He doesn't do any damage yet, so I'm not sure why he's here. Gonna get punched by the Flaming Fist. Hex onto the Troll Warlord, and he goes down to the Adaptive Strike. And the Jakiro will go down to the Fatal Bond. And the Bristleback will go down to the Thunder God's Wrath. So a complete disaster the side of the ValassiRaptors. They were able to get the Zeus kill, and then weren't able to back out completely. Zeus respawns, TP's back in, and just wrecks everyone with a Thunder God's Wrath. Actually, he used it after 2 heroes already died. The Nature's Prophet, he's just AFK now. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe looking for the bounty, the rune, but it's not there. And he'll just go down. Just a casual feed from the Nature's Prophet. Not really sure what he's doing there. And Zeus, he's pretty farmed right now. See what he wants to go for next. Probably going to go for the Ags next. Oh, he's going to go for a Blink. Help him position a bit better. I like this a lot. Let's push your advantage. The Ags takes a while to build up. Venomancer going for an Ags now. So we're going to see that Blink Poison Nova. They don't even need to take up. They deal so much damage. Morphling almost has an E-Blade. So going to amplify the damage from both the Venomancer and the Zeus. A big... huge amount of magical damage coming out of the side of Nvidia, and no one on the side of ValassiRaptors is anywhere close to a BKB. It's going to be an Orchid queued up for the Storm Spirit. They will get the Venomancer kill. So pretty nice. Can deny this tower as well. Invis Morphling, he's got the Eagle Song already.
Radiant's middle tower has
They know that
been
the Storm
denied.
is still here, but they need to get in range for a Hex. They aren't able to get it. This Troll doesn't even have a Yasha yet. Alright, so Zeus is going to go for the Veil. Wants to take up a bit, amp up his team's magic damage. With the E-Blade as well, everyone's going to be dealing
Dire's
so
bottom
much
tower
magic damage.
under fire.
Finally, a Hood on the side of the Bristleback. Gonna want to see a pipe, maybe even see a second pipe now that the magic resistance stacks. It happened a while ago, but we haven't really seen the application of multiple pipes. So maybe applicable this game. It's going to be a lot of magic burst damage coming out, and just being able to tank through it is going to be pretty nice actually. Honestly, Warlock, he should just go for a Midas at this point. It's that kind of game. He should just go for a Midas and hope he can get a refresher at some point. Refresher Ags. Blink halfway done on the Shadow Shaman already, so he's rolling in it, man. Richer than the Troll Warlord, the Nature's Prophet, and the Bristleback. We'll see. Both teams are going to go back to farming, but I really feel like Nvidia, they should really push their advantage. Maybe waiting for the Morphling to get his E-Blade. It's going to be pretty hard to kill after that. And Zeus almost has a Veil as well, so gonna wait for their next items before making a move. But it looks like the Lions have been drawn and the Smoke Gang comes out. They're gonna run into the Jakiro first. You see the Jakiro with the Observer Ward, but they want to go for a bigger target. They want to go for the Bristleback of the Nature's Prophet. Treants will scout out the Zeus. This Bristleback, he's in a lot of trouble. Gonna get Ether Shocked and Shackled. Only 1 point in the Bristleback, so not too much damage reduction. A nice 3-man Ice Path from the Jakiro, but not going to be enough. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, Poison Ever comes out, triple kill. 3 dead on the side of Navito. But Storm, everyone's really low. He jumps in, gets an instant double kill, but now he's out of mana. He won't be able to get the Venomancer as well, so has to try and get out of here. He doesn't have a TP, so he's in a little bit of trouble. The Venomancer isn't able to spot him out, but the Morphling, he's going to go for the Bounty Runes. A Ward spots out the Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit will be able to get out eventually. So a nice turnaround kill for the Storm Spirit, getting a pretty decent chunk of gold out of it. Almost done with his Orchid, but again, he needs the BKB before he's ready to like just dive into the enemy team. Even then, the Morphling, he hits so hard, going to have a lot of trouble against the Morphling. But hopefully we'll see the Orchid on the Morphling. Hope he doesn't get E-bladed, because then Storm Spirit, he actually has the right click. That's where a lot of his damage comes from the Overload.
Top tower is under siege.
If you disarm him with the Ethereal Blade, not that great. Troll walks past the double damage, but doesn't take it. Not looking at the map. We'll get the Bounty Rune. So it looks like it's gonna be 3 Bounty Runes going the way of
Fortune's change.
Nvidia. They probably got one more than they should have. Double Damage Rune. Spot it out. Zeus will bottle it up. Not the most useful rune on Zeus, but that extra bottle charge is pretty nice. Storm Spirit's here now. He's still doesn't have the Orchid, so kind of farming a bit slow. Probably nowhere on the map for him to farm. The Nature's Prophet going for his own Hood of Defiance. We'll see if he opts to finish the pipe. There's Bristleback. He's not getting a pipe anytime soon, and he doesn't farm that fast. Smoke on the side of Vidya. They're gonna catch the troll. This is pretty big. Hex comes out, Shackle afterwards, and it's gonna be a pretty slow death though. The Veil does come out. He manages to get his ulti off before he dies, so gonna lifesteal a little bit of HP, but he's poisoned over. He's gonna go down. E-Blade onto the Nature's Prophet, and he instantly gets blown up by the Morphling. 2 down on the side of ValassiRaptors. They're going to go for this mid tower. 2 people TPing bot actually, so a little bit awkward. They can take this tower with just the Venomancer alone. Going to be a bit of a slow siege though. They don't have much, other than the Shadow Shaman, they don't hit towers very fast. Nice Ice Path Macropire combo coming out from the Jakiro. Will get E-Blade, Adaptive Strike, and Waveform for his troubles, but he's not dead yet. He's actually quite tanky with a Hood of Defiance of his own. Storm Spirit zips in pretty long range, but he's pretty low in mana, only half mana left. The Zeus getting pretty low, but now the Storm Spirit also quite low. The Dual Breath will slow down the Zeus. Will end up finishing off the Zeus with the Storm Spirit. The Chaos Golem dropped down. Morphling just gonna Spirit TP out, nothing to stop him. And the Warlock gets a solo kill on the Storm Spirit, so it was pretty good for him. Gonna probably go for the Axe next. Blink done for the Shadow Shaman, so Shadow Shaman not there to help his team out. The Ag's almost done with the Venomancer, so this Poison Never's gonna really start to hurt. Yeah, when he gets to level 20, gonna get the +7 Poison Never duration, it'll be pretty sweet.
With me.
Maelstrom coming out of the Nature's Prophet. I'm not sure how this is gonna help. Maybe just help with the push a little bit. Get a little bit more deeps in with the lightning procs, but I just don't think this is the right item right now. Again, it's pretty far behind. I really want to see a pipe come out of the side of Team ValassiRaptors. They all have Hood of Defiances, except the Troll Warlord. Troll still doesn't have his Yasha yet. He's been waiting so long for it, and he still doesn't have it. The Nature's Prophet will just go down. Rage bites back, so he's pretty salty right now about the state of this game, feeling like his team is not gonna be able to win. I feel like the Storm's been playing pretty well so far though, keeping them in the game, getting those nice return kills, but the rest of his team just not doing too well. Buyback really not helping. Aeon Disc on the side of the Warlock. Just wants to make sure that he's not going to die to the Storm. So I can respect that one.
Radiant have fortified
Glimmer
their
Cape on the
tower.
Shadow Shaman, also going to try and protect himself against the Storm Spirit. Storm not carrying any dust with him, so it's going to be kind of annoying to deal with these Glimmer Capes right now. He's going to go for a Linken's now, which is going to prevent him from really scaling. Obviously, it's nice against the Shadow Shaman, but he should really just go for a BKB so he can run in without any fear. There's a lot of things to break Linken's this game. And the Jakiro will eventually go down. He's actually pretty tanky, 1400 HP with a Hood of Defiance, but not going to be enough.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Top tower going down.
Radiant has
Two
lost their top
bounty runes
tower.
at least, so a bit of a
Dire's
consolation
bottom
prize
tower
for the
under
side
fire.
of ValassiRaptors.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Yeah, Serpent Ward's dropped for the T3 tower. This T3 tower's going down really fast, and there's not much that the side of ValassiRaptors can really do to defend this. Unfortunately, not dropping the Serpent Wards deep enough, so these back three won't be able to hit any of the Raxes. A bit of a misplay coming out for the Shadow Shaman. They will eventually get this Melee Rax, so 25 minutes, already a Rax down. Morphs into the Jakiro, manages to get the strength off before the Electric Vortex, so nice play from the Morphling. Will he be eventually able to get out? He's getting pretty low, will eventually go down. So a nice kill from the side of ValassiRaptors, but unfortunately they lose the melee Rax during that time, so pretty worth for the Morphling. He's probably spamming that Space Created voice line in his team chat. Ag's done on the Venomancer now. He did use it earlier and he didn't deal with it. Not really sure what happened. He just casually used it. Pretty long cooldown until level 3. Interestingly, the cooldown doesn't scale linearly. It's kind of weird. Glimmer Cape, 50 gold away from the Shadow Shaman, so will help his survivability a little bit. Morphling's back, so they can just go again. The Serpent Wards up in 30 seconds. They can also go for the Roche. They can take out this top shrine, make it really hard for them to contest. Just in a pretty dominating position right now. They've been pretty close to 100% win rate for a very long time. Finally crossed that 100% win rate threshold. Anti-Star on the Morphling next. Yeah, he got silenced last time, so wasn't able to waveform out. Gonna try and get the Meta-Style to help him dispel. Storm sees that the camp is cleared, so he knows that the Morphling is here. There's an E-Blade, Adaptive Strike instantly kills the Storm Spirit, so that's some yikes right there. And they should go for the Roche now on the side of Nvidia. Nice move to make. Not much that they can do. Nature's Prophet got Blink Galed, and there's nothing he can do. He's out of mana, so won't be able to TP out either. Doesn't even have a TP. So, gonna taunt before he goes down. He's gonna die to the Lightning Bolt. Big Lightning Bolt with the Veil of Discord. And now, Zeus to queues up and Ags. The game's probably gonna end before he gets it though, so... not gonna see those Nimbuses come out. There is an Arcane Rune at bot. Better with a Kaya as well, looking to amp up that magic damage. The tips coming out. Manta-Style now done on the Morphling. He can just go for the Roche next now. They've taken out this. They're gonna take out the Shrine. Not much that the side of ValassiRaptors can do about it. A long range zip comes in to just clear out the creep wave. Nice Fatal Buzz, a Hex, Blink Hex onto the Storm Spirit, and he's gonna go down. There's a Shackles, the Shackles and the Blink Venom ulti is gonna take out the Storm Spirit. He gets E-Bladed, so he's gonna take out bonus magical damage, and the Jakiro will go down too. The Troll Warlord runs into 5 heroes and goes down. So complete ownage from the side of Nvidia. Bristleback finally has, no, she doesn't even have his pipe. He just pops the Hood, and gonna get broken in one lightning bolt, so that kind of feels bad. They're gonna go for this high ground. They have the Serpent Wars, so they're gonna take this one pretty quickly. Let's see if Shadow Shaman's learned from his mistake. Drops the Serpent Wars a lot deeper this time, so last time he probably noticed that it wasn't deep enough. And it's going to be the beginning of the end for ValassiRaptors. Not much they can do this game. They fell pretty far behind in the lanes, so yeah, just generally a rough time. I really thought they had a better draft as well, but a lot of magic damage coming out. Nice 2-man Ice Path, 3-man Macro Pie, but not really enough. Finally gets Troll will get the Shadow Shaman kill. Actually, Shakira gets it, but then he'll go down. Yeah, just running at them now. Storm does zip in, will take out the Morphling, but it's gonna be have to clean up the rest. Will take out the Warlock as well, but the Warlock Chaos Golem summons Chaos Golem on Death Talent. He's level 20 already without a Midas as well. And once everyone on the side of Narvidia is back up, they can just do this all over again with the Serpent Wars. Not much that they can do to stop him. A nice zip forward from the Storm Spirit will kill the Venomancer. So the Storm Spirit getting a lot of work done actually, but it's just a little bit too late. This Flaming Fist from the Warlock Chaos Golem doing so much work against the Storm Spirit. Just gonna wait. Deuce should do his civic duty and pick up the bounty runes at top as well, but kind of far away. He used his TP to go bot, grab those runes. So gonna probably wait for the Shadow Shaman to go for them instead. Lincoln's is done now on the Storm Spirit if he wants to buy it. Won't have gold for buyback if he does so, but at this point, I'm not sure if buyback is going to help. It might. It's pretty good on Storm Spirit. You can die, buy back, come back to full mana, zip back in. So probably worth saving for the buyback. But at the same time, just like not really sure that there's anything that the side of ValassiRaptors can do to get back into the game. Dip forward, grabs the bounty rune, so nice snatches away. And he will finish the Lincoln speed.
Dire's bottom
doesn't have
tower
gold for
is
buyback,
being
needs 800 more.
Dire's bottom tower is fallen.
Yeah, I mean, Serpent Wars are back up, so they can just march down bot. And there's not a whole lot that ValassiRaptors can do, so we might see that a silence onto the Morphling, but he manages to mentor it off, gets the strength off, and it's really tanky. I don't know if he's gonna go down. He has a waveform. He's gonna waveform out, but he do have a lot of catch. The Storm Spirit is out of mana though, so not gonna be able to jump onto this Morphling anymore. He's gonna hit the shrine. Nice long duration stun from the Morphling. Will heal up from the shrine. Blink Gale onto the Bristleback. Has the Venomous Gale spawns Plague Ward's talent, so pretty cancerous coming out of the Venomancer. Bristleback would just walk away. He's almost got his pipe now, but another Blink Gale from the Venomancer slows down the Bristleback a little bit more. Shadow Shaman's here now, so he can Hex and Shackle. The Poison Nova comes out, Veil as well. The Thunder God's Wrath on top of the Veil, gonna hurt pretty hard. Shakira goes down, the Bristleback getting pretty low. He might tick out to the Poison Nova. No one going to deny him, unfortunately, so gonna go down. A bit of a misplay for the Storm, just running away from his teammate. But the Shadow Shaman was closing in too with a blink, so guess it makes sense for the Storm to run away, and they're just gonna go for this now. Two down on the side of ValassiRaptors. Shakira does have buyback, but not much that they can do to defend. Poison Gale onto the Troll Warlord. The Troll Warlord finally finishes S&Y 33 minutes into the game. Nature's Prophet cutting the bottom wave, but they don't really need it. I guess they want it for the zip onto the Warlock, but doesn't have any detection. The Lincolns will protect him from the Shadow Shaman, so Shadow Shaman's finger's not fast enough to cast both spells. And Yasha Kaya coming out of the Venomancer. Very... Don't see this one too often, but you get that bonus spell application, just that 2 extra % there. And another Storm Spirit zips in, silences the Venomancer, but the Venomancer, he's pretty tanky at 17k HP, 1700 HP, and Poison Nova comes out onto the Storm Spirit, so he's gotta go back into the base, otherwise he's gonna die to the Poison Nova. He's really low on mana, he's gonna use the zip to dodge some ticks, but he's gonna go down to the Poison Nova, so very much worth it for the Venomancer. He doesn't have buyback, There's a Serpent Ward that's going to come down very deep into the back lines for the Shadow Shaman. Not even targeting the Rax. The Morphling is going to go for the Rax instead. Going to go for the Megas and then end the game. The game pretty much over now. It's been over for a while, but Nvidia taking their time, just making sure to secure the win. Not going to throw the game. Link Hex forward onto the from the Shadow Shaman. Pretty aggressive. The Nimbus comes down, and the Shackles onto the Nimbus. But the Bristleback, he's facing the other way, and still dies anyway. Even with that 40% damage reduction, they have so much damage. They just burst through this 1800 HP plus another 40%. Oh, that math doesn't sound right. Link Hex again onto the Nature's Prophet. A really long duration Shackles. Doesn't have the level 20 talent yet, but probably doesn't need it. Battle Trance comes out, but the Troll's just gonna die afterwards. Nicely timed Thunderbolt kills him as soon as the Battle Trance runs out. And see if they look to die at the fountain at this point. They certainly can. This Morphling not gonna die. Has a Scuddy now. Doesn't manage to kill the Jakiro straight away, so gonna be feeling pretty annoyed by that. Yeah, ValassiRaptors should have tapped out a while ago, but I'm gonna wait for this game to finish, unfortunately. It takes a few more seconds. Warlock will go down to the Storm Spirit, gets silenced up, but drops a Chaos Golem on death. Nimbus blocks the entrance into the enemy, to ValassiRaptors' base. And finally the throne goes down. GG is finally called, and pretty overwhelming show of overwhelming force on the side of Nvidia. I didn't like their draft that much, but they made it work. They just had so much magic damage. This bot lane with the Shadow Shaman and Venomancer, just so much cancer coming out from the side of Nvidia. This troll got absolutely crushed early on. The Bristleback as well just got completely steamrolled by the Morphling and the Warlock. Warlock able to help his small Morphling sustain through the early levels. Once that Morphling hit level 3, just got really hard for the Bristleback. And we saw that. Bristleback was like level, what? Level 4 for a really long time. This one. He hit level 5 like 11 minutes and 12 minutes into the game. Just absolutely a miserable time from the Bristleback. Storm played really well. He almost kept his team in the game, I think, but just the overwhelming amount of damage coming out from the side of Nvidia just wasn't something he was able to deal with. Benno, Morphling, and Zeus just doing a ton of damage.